Lighthouse.
Welcome to episode 28 of the movie Lighthouse, shining a light through the fog of film. Did you like our Christmas music?
That was so good, so Christmassy.
We only get to play it once a year.
Well, it's
We should
for the best,
petition.
don't it?
We should petition somebody about that.
Maybe do it in the summer.
Yeah.
How are we all?
I'm very well. You right?
Yeah, good, thanks, mate. How are you?
Very good. I see, Laurie, you've got your Christmas decorations up.
Well, I thought the Lighthouse deserved a little bit of a zhuzhin for the Christmas fair.
I think it works.
The gayness of it. It's a gay time of year.
It is a beautifully
Gay
gay
That's
time
time.
what they say.
I particularly like your bell.
Yeah, I like my bell. It needs a polish.
It's good. It's like a old school
Yeah,
shimmery foil bell.
well,
Yeah,
that's
I like the
it.
foil
I do get a lot
decoration.
of stick actually for my Christmas. What's it called? Style in
Is that
decoration.
what
Is it a
I
style?
suppose you'd call it very 70s, right?
It is quite 70s.
Yeah, it's our childhood, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
And what's on your Santas?
That says Santa stop here. Yeah.
Very good. Above the photo
Just for
of
a
not
bit.
your entire family.
Yeah.
So it's 1957 this month.
Oh, hold on. Something happened a few days ago, didn't it? That I only found out was a few days ago today.
did.
I thought it was today,
Oh,
but it wasn't.
might you be talking about someone's birthday?
It was on Monday.
My birthday.
It was your birthday!
It's my birthday.
Happy birthday!
Happy birthday to you.
I've got a present.
Happy birthday.
It's a side of bacon.
How exciting. Thank you very much, Wyndham.
It's from both of us.
Thank you very much, Wyndham and Laurie.
He's rustling for effect.
Here we go. It's a t-shirt.
Have you already got it?
No. Oh, that's amazing. Candyman t-shirt. That's amazing.
Candyman t-shirt.
Ah,
I'll put that on later. Oh, brilliant.
What is he saying?
Be my victim.
Be my victim.
Very odd. There's a man who looks just like the Candyman who lives around south-west London, and I saw him again on the tube the other day.
Do you like him?
No, he freaks the hell out of me.
Did you take a photo? No, actually, I won't say that.
Right, okay, should we get on with it?
I've also got something as well. It's
yeah.
one of my favourite photos of you and eggs. I
Ah!
thought you might like it.
Yes, I do. I've already got this up on my wall at home.
Damn it.
You can put it on your wall.
I've already got it up on my wall. Wyndham, you can have
yeah.
it. One of
There
my
you go.
favourite pictures of James and eggs.
do you know they've
do
taken
like
those eggs
eggs.
down now? What's that? High Street Ken?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're gone.
Oh,
that installation.
But we'll always
I
have
think that was
picture.
Easter. That was another seasonal beast.
Beautiful.
Well, there
Okay.
we are. Happy birthday, Tom.
Thank you very much, guys. All right, we have an email. Woohoo! And I'm going to need the back of this back because I've written on it. But it's from Connor. So, Wyndham, if you would be kind enough to read this out.
Is this?
There's two parts to it.
Oh god.
Hey, Connor.
Okay, so.
Well, don't be ungrateful about the email. It's the only one we've got.
Okay, long time no email from Toronto.
Yeah.
Hey guys, been busy working, writing, and fighting. Just in case you don't realise, Connor is a poet, published poet,
No, I
and
didn't realise
a
this.
martial arts punchy facey person,
Awesome.
Wow.
as
Ninja
well
poet.
as being a paediatric anaesthetist. I think.
Oh,
Now
man.
he's showing off.
He really is. He is the mutts.
Kid's a powerhouse.
Been busy working, writing, and fighting, so I haven't been able to say hi in a long time, but I've been listening regularly. I have a few days off and I just watched Brain Dead for the first time in years, and of course I thought of you guys. I had forgotten Uncle Les, also that wonderful cameo of the weird ex-Nazi vet Heinrich who
Yes.
sells Lionel the tranquilizers.
No.
I wonder if Jackson kept that little cameo in mind when writing the Milton Dammers part for Jeffrey Combs in the much maligned The Frighteners,
Yeah.
which I've always enjoyed. I can't help but feel Jackson has lost his way and become a George Lucas-like figure who can't make small films anymore. When I first saw Bad Taste and Brain Dead, I thought Jackson was one of the most exciting, frenetic, creative filmmakers since David Lynch and John Carpenter. Yeah, he's made shitloads of money and stuff, but I bet he still dreams of lawnmowers, blood, and farting guts. I just finished purchasing a few fun movies for our Christmas stockings, and in the ball of the heel this year is Candyman,
Yeah.
Phantasm, all 5 movies remastered and
Absolutely
collected.
Phantasm.
RoboCop trilogy, yeah, Connor. The Fog,
Yeah.
In the Mouth of Madness, and Day of the Triffids,
Excellent.
the BBC adaptation from the 70s and 80s.
Great, yeah.
I had all these on VHS back in Ireland and have slowly reaccumulated the collection on Blu-ray over the last decade. Next up on screen is Reanimator because Jeffrey Combs, duh. Then later tonight, myself and my lady wife are going to rewatch The Exorcist for the nth time because I kick because I kick ass for the Lord.
Yeah.
Peace from Toronto. And Laurie, you should watch Like Me. You'll love it.
Like me.
Like me.
Connor.
Ooh, that's all right.
P.S.
Cheers, Connor. I've made a note of that, man.
P.S. The Lighthouse was absolute shite. I was so disappointed because I loved The Witch, and I can't be sure, but I think Midsommar might have been tossed too.
Yeah.
Maybe too early to tell. Bye.
And there's another page.
I like Midsommar.
Oh.
I liked it, and I'm definitely going to check out The Lighthouse. I still haven't seen it ridiculously. Have either of you two checked it yet?
No.
Which is this one? Is this the one with?
This is with Footface
Willem Dafoe.
and Willem Dafoe. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I think there has been a plus side to this. I think we've probably got some new listeners searching for the Lighthouse.
I tagged every little social media tweet. I tagged the movie Lighthouse on it.
Oh, by the way, that was sent back in November
Right.
the 18th. Connor sent that first missive.
Right.
Because I was just wondering why we have two.
Right,
Because
okay.
this one came December 6th. Hey guys, I've been trying to get an email together for ages, but time has been an issue, and every time I listen to the Lighthouse episode, I delay communicating until I watch some of the next films.
Oh, good
so,
man.
to recap, number one, Mandy is kind of amazing, but kind of frustrating, but totally stayed with me, and I think it will come to be a very important film for a very exciting filmmaker. Have we not had this?
Might not be the right one.
Oh, this is December 6th, 2018.
Oh yeah, no, don't read that
Definitely.
one. All right, that'll do.
Right.
Thank you very much, Connor.
Oh, I've got it.
We've got
another bit.
Yeah. There's like four paragraphs very quickly.
Right.
Okay. Sorry for Toofer, but Toronto traffic is so bad that I listened to the 1974 episode in its entirety while driving home through snow and construction, and the following struck me in no particular order. 1. Only Lovers Left Alive is actually a fabulous vampire movie and does do something entirely new with the genre by introducing the idea that industrialisation and chemicals have tainted human blood to such a degree that there's a black market amongst vampires to sell and access pure blood that remains untainted with time, which also prevents them from lowering themselves to killing to feed. Also, in presenting an albeit languid and glacially paced film about vampires, it allows the mundanity and boredom of such an existence to come to the fore in a completely different fashion to such baby-sitter baiting goth sludge like Interview with the Vampire and the Twiglet trilogy. This pace also lends itself to an amazing drone guitar soundtrack as provided by Jarmusch's own guitar trio.
Oh, right.
Love this film to death and beyond.
Right, okay, so that's the one that you shouted out in the last episode.
Yeah.
Only Lovers Left Alive.
What? Now,
Okay,
are you taking note of that? Now,
It's got some,
No,
weight
I
behind
did-
the opinion.
I did it last time.
exactly.
It's kind of
Let me
like-
write it down now.
Yeah. Number 2. Nothing much happened in 1974 except Stephen King checked in as the only guest to the Stanley Hotel in Colorado on the last night before it shut down for the winter,
I love
and
this.
dreamed of his 3-year-old son being chased down a never-ending succession of hotel corridors. Is that true?
Well, apparently so. I don't know. No,
Well, we've got a credible
doubt it.
contributor.
Yeah,
Wow, so he checked into a hotel
Yeah.
and was scared for his 3-year-old son.
that's great.
Amazing. Number 3. I'm pretty sure the rules of robotics were created by Isaac Asimov. I think that's true. What did we say? What did I say?
You
What did
said
you...
Philip K. Dick.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I did, yeah. Yeah, all right. Number 4. I may eventually come to love the Lighthouse, but not yet.
There you go.
I would hereby like to submit my application for the as yet unadvertised post for international correspondent to the movie Lighthouse. Connor lives in Toronto.
He's
Yeah,
got
I think it's
I think
got
that's it.
legs.
It's
It's
got
got legs.
legs. Thank you very much,
Credibility,
Connor. Good
all
work
that
from
kind of
you.
stuff. Thank you, Connor.
All right. Okay, so I've got a little treat for you for our Christmas episode.
And what could that be?
It is a quiz.
Is it a quiz?
Yeah. So we're going to do this quiz throughout the show.
Oh,
All right, I'm
great.
going to intersperse it. All right. So we're going to start with the first question.
Always
Yeah.
the best place to start.
All right. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Hello, it's Deborah Wise here. Season's greetings. My 2 questions relate to songs or music which feature in movies. So, question 1 is for Wyndham. Can you name the movie which features this track?
Yeah. Ow.
That's enough. Because there's going to say something.
No. I have done all these questions.
It sounds 80s.
Yep.
Is it one we've watched?
Nope.
Oh, hold on, you can't ask different things.
I can totally steal this point.
No, you can't.
What?
No, you can't.
I don't know.
No point stealing allowed. All right, so let's see.
The answer is Flash Gordon.
Oh!
Sorry about that. Right. Alive. So,
That's annoying.
It is annoying.
just bear with me. Right, here we go.
Like the Beatles.
And question 2.
Question 2 is for Laurie.
Hey.
Can you name the movie which features this song?
Yes, I can.
Well, we stop. Okay.
Is that... oh, Jesus. Forrest Gump.
The answer is Forrest Gump.
Well done.
Well done.
Right, and we've got another one here. Let's have a look.
Extra bonus points for the name of the song and the band.
That's for you, Wyndham. Some of the song you just heard.
Yes, I appreciate that.
Sordid band.
It is. You can go your own way.
No, not Laurie's question. Your question. I should have done this right after yours.
Queen,
Yeah.
Flash.
Well, you get 1 point. It's Queen, and let's just see what it's called.
Gordon's alive.
He is.
Go Your Own Way by Fleetwood Mac.
Oh, sorry. Well, it's hard because
that
I
were
didn't,
two
I
great
didn't ask
questions.
for bonus questions.
Yeah, well, exactly. Well, don't
all
worry
right,
about the
so we'll
bonus.
scratch that.
Yeah.
Right, so you were both on 1 point each. Well done.
Excellent.
That
Right,
was handy.
It was.
so shall we have a bit of news?
Yeah, go for it.
Hi, hon. How's it going?
All right, so let's talk
Let's talk.
about The Mandalorian.
Oh,
Have either of you seen it?
I've seen the first 2 episodes. I've got episode 3 at the moment.
Oh, I haven't seen it.
It's very good indeed.
This is on Disney Channel, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, so we don't have Disney Channel, but
No,
we are.
not so much.
We are considering a move away from Now TV.
Yeah, that
because
TV's
it's poke.
shite. Yeah, I've stopped Now TV. You've seen it, haven't you? The first episode.
I have.
What do you think?
What a gift. You sent me this
Yeah.
little thing. Anyway, but yeah, so the first 2 episodes I've seen, as you have, and it's great.
I don't know if we should do the spoiler bit, but
No,
there's a
good God,
character in it which is the main focus of the whole thing.
And this
which
is
great.
This is the terrible thing, though. So obviously, in America, it came out the 12th of November on Disney Plus, whatever it is, and for the UK, we're not going to get it until March. And then, first episode lands, and then there's spoilers everywhere. Such a great little reveal at the end of the first episode. I mean, what a great little
I think
thing.
they've made a massive mistake by not launching Disney Plus at the same time over here.
Exactly.
Because by the time it comes out in March, everyone who wants to see this programme will have seen it. I think.
Well, yeah, there is that. We won't talk too much about that skullduggery, but
Yeah.
if you look under certain stones, it's out there. And if you are stone turning,
Yeah.
I highly recommend it.
Yeah, it's very good.
It's very, very good. Basically, kind of what you get is because it's right away from the galaxy. It's not interested in Force. It's
That's not true.
Well, there are
That's
elements.
not true at all.
Well, yeah.
What it does do is tell a brand new story, which I
Exactly.
think is a problem. I think this is better than the new films, the new trilogy.
It's got so much opportunity about it, hasn't it? And
Yeah.
then, but it kind of links back to that kind of original idea that George Lucas had with the whole sort of samurai Kurosawa thing, where you've got...
Life Day. That's what they mentioned. Life Day.
They mentioned Life
Yeah,
Day.
they do. So that means that the Star Wars Christmas holiday special is canon.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh wow. That's cool. I didn't notice that actually. But they tap into that sort of samurai thing. So I don't know if you've ever seen a thing called Shogun Assassin, Lone Wolf and Cub. Ever seen that?
No.
It's
No, me neither.
yeah, well they're kind of tapping into that thing as well, which really, really works. But yeah, highly recommended. Great.
Where we go? Anyone else got the news?
No.
Well, see, I was caught short for time, but obviously we are coming up to Christmas. I've mentioned it before, and I'll say it again.
War of the Worlds.
Mark Gatiss is going to be doing a Christmas ghost story for us this year, which is great. I did want to get the name, but it definitely is an M.R. James retelling. So, yeah, just put that on your radar.
Okay, I did want to talk about War of the Worlds a little bit.
Yeah.
I got to halfway through the second episode.
Yeah.
Where I just thought it was boring, it was dull. It was like Threads. They just made it to Threads, you know. And
There's
this
a
whole
Threads
future
thing
thing
going
was
on.
stupid.
Well, that was their kind of original take on it, weren't they? It was their kind of retelling, as it were.
Well, it fell flat. There was not enough invasion for me.
Yeah.
What do you think? Did you watch it all?
I've seen the first 2 episodes. There's one left to go for me. I mean, everyone I'm talking to about it are saying that it's not really worked for them, as it were. They weren't really feeling it, and boring are words I'm hearing about it. However, I quite like it. I just sit back, get comfortable, and I'm following it through. It seems Spall normally puts in a really good turn, but this turn is very much...
Spall?
Yeah.
Rafe Spall.
Rafe Spall. Yeah, it's just his face. He just keeps pulling a face. Is the majority of his acting.
And it's all very Victorian for the Victorian sake.
I quite like...
Yeah, but they should have just done... They're going to set it in the Victorian era. They should have just done a faithful adaptation of the book, really.
That would have been great, and we still haven't seen that. Someone still hasn't made it yet.
They're not going to make it again, are they? Not for a while. Because it really didn't go down very well.
But his Dark Materials, wow!
Yeah. Now
they are
good.
kicking ass with that.
I mean, the acting's a bit over the top.
I don't mind that at all.
But I think it is getting better as we're going through it. And it was great seeing Serafina
Yeah.
floating around.
And the design of her, so she's not on a witch or anything, so she must have her little twig with her or whatever in her hand, and she's just floating around. I noticed her fashion, though. So that's witch fashion. It's like a weird concept to think. Okay. I thought it was just capage, but no.
Well, you're thinking of Megan Mogg, though.
I am getting a bit Meggy Moggy, but yeah. I'm really enjoying it. They're doing a great job with it.
And actually, what's his name? Lin-Manuel Miranda as Lee Scoresby.
Yeah, bit of a dodgy accent.
Yeah, but you know.
Yeah, and when I first saw him cast, I was like, "Oh, not again," because I thought he was miscast in Mary Poppins. I was like,
I thought he did a good job in Mary Poppins.
Nah, not for me anyway. But however, now I'm what are we? 3 episodes in?
No, it's
4
about
episodes?
5. I think.
5.
Really?
Yeah.
How many do you think there's going to be in the series? 6?
If it's BBC, it'll be 6, won't it?
I think there's 8.
I bet it'll finish before Christmas.
Maybe.
And the only thing I'm getting a bit confused is the alternate universe. I haven't read the books for years.
Yes, you don't see that in the first book.
So you're drafting in a
tying
little bit of the second book.
Yeah, because you don't meet Will until The Subtle Knife, which is the second book.
Yeah.
But we're already seeing Will.
We're having that in the world, aren't we? Yeah, it's good though.
And I thought he was very good, and his mother, actually.
Yes.
Yeah, very convincing performances there.
And the girl is out of the Wolverine movie, isn't he?
Yeah.
Isn't she?
Oh my God, is she the little...
She's the little Wolverine.
In Logan?
Logan,
we talked about that last
my goodness face.
Yeah, I'm sure we said that last
Well, I wasn't listening.
Any more news?
I don't think so. There's obviously loads of news out there, but I haven't got any.
Yes, there is. Just go onto any news site and find some news.
Yeah, go on.
Well, all right. The only other news is we're rapidly approaching a general election, so this could well be the last podcast we ever do.
Oh, God,
as the world
end of
catches
the world.
Anyway,
Jesus.
moving on.
All right, so you ready for your next questions?
Yeah, why not?
Are these ones I know the answers to?
Well, I don't know.
Probably not.
Probably not. They're not if they're about film.
Hello, it's Chicken for Sandra here. You may remember me from such movie Lighthouse classics, Bohemian Rhapsody review, and last year's Christmas podcast. Yeah. Now, I'm taking this up to a highbrow level, which is I have found 2 questions from my 1989 #1 yearbook. And in there, they've got the biggest, toughest film quiz ever. And I've chosen 2 questions to put towards Laurie and Wyndham. So, here we go. Question number 1 is for Wyndham, which is, please can you name me 3 Mickey Rourke films? And just a reminder, this is from 1989.
Does that matter?
Yeah, you can't name after 89.
He wouldn't have, Iron Man, you're not allowed. Iron Man 2, sorry. Mickey Rourke. What a beautiful, gorgeous specimen he was.
I'm so tempted to cheat. As I
You're
have my
not-
IMDb
You're not allowed to
open right in front of me. Oh,
Don't
no.
look at the pigeon.
No.
Don't look at the
All
pigeon.
right,
He
let's
knows
see
it.
what she says.
Oh, can I do
Okay, so the answers you could have given, or
9.5
have given,
weeks?
which I'm sure you
Rumblefish.
have, are 9.5 weeks, Rumblefish, Angel Heart,
Angel Heart.
Fly, Prayer for the Dying, and Diner. Well done.
You're welcome.
You get a point for that. Well done.
Is there a bonus?
Right, no, there's no other bonuses. I didn't ask
Great.
for bonuses. It
Great.
messed up my whole list.
Great.
Right, thank you anyway, Deborah. Right, okay, question 4.
Okay, question number 2 for Laurie. Can you please tell me, Morrissey visited the grave of a dead Hollywood star for his Suede Head video. Whose resting place was it?
Oh my goodness me. Charlie Chaplin.
Charlie Chaplin, let's see if you're right.
And the answer is James Dean.
Oh, of course
Nicely
it
done. Happy
was.
Christmas and Happy New Year. Or
Thanks,
whichever
Chicken
one it is.
Sandra.
Merry New Year, Happy Christmas. All the best for 2020, everyone. See you on the other side. See you soon. Bye.
Yay! Thank
go.
you, Chicken for Sandra. Well, I knew Wyndham's one. Did you know my one?
Yeah.
Oh.
All right, in the B. Shall I start?
Yeah, you start. Go for it.
All right, so mine's a series that... it's good though. It's been on the... this series was made probably about 10 years ago, and it's on BBC iPlayer, and it's just one series, 6 episodes, and it's called Summer Heights High. Have either of you seen it?
Oh my god, yeah, Chris Lilly.
Yeah.
It's fantastic.
I love it.
Season 1.
There's only one season.
Oh yeah, because he did like
He
Naughty
did like
Boys
spin
or
off.
something.
So it's a mockumentary set in an Australian high school, and it follows 3 characters, which Chris Lilly plays each of them.
They're
And
amazing.
One of them's called Jonah, who's a really difficult kid, and punch you, sir, and all this
It's
kind of
Maori,
stuff. So
isn't he?
Yeah, I'm an islander, they call it, don't they? So he's just like a real troublemaker in the school. And then there's another character, Mr. G, who's a really camp drama teacher, who writes a musical. A girl has an ecstasy overdose and dies at the school, and the next day he comes up with his next musical, which is about Annabelle, who was a daddy slut who took an ecstasy pill, which is brilliant. And then a girl called Jamie or something, who's like a really posh girl. It's brilliant. It's very, very funny.
It is very, very funny.
Yeah, so I highly recommend it.
Yes. Summer Heights High, right?
The Heights High.
That's
the
it.
BBC iPlayer.
And where did you sit? On the iPad. Well done.
Yeah.
Well, now, I've been a bit cracked because I've been running around like a loony. Like I say, my current career is busyness. So, I'm going to say
He's only
something.
saying that for the podcast in case anyone is listening.
Yeah. I'm going to put something in that I've previously put in.
Hold on.
Sorry to bother you. That's it.
Well, that's all right. You haven't bothered us.
And I don't have anything in the beam. This
Oh, wow.
Right.
Short episode,
Short
boys.
episode. Right,
Next
so here's our
time.
next question.
Hi, this is JR from Nearly Said the Bluebirds podcast. From Strangers in Space, which also includes actually Film Club, which, as any fool would tell you, is absolutely the best film podcast out there. What are you laughing at? 2 questions for your Christmas quiz. The first one is for Wyndham, and here it is. 1981 became known for the release of 3 major werewolf movies all in the same year.
Yeah.
One was The Howling,
Yeah.
one was An American Werewolf
Yeah.
in London,
Two on
but
you.
the third, which starred Albert Finney and which was set in New York, is now largely forgotten. What is it?
Do I get a
Wow.
point for knowing the first 2?
Well, no, because he said that he read
Yeah.
those out.
An Albert Finney
Oh, fantastic. What a great
werewolf
question.
movie. There's no way.
No, I didn't know. Do you know?
idea.
JR, dude, you stumped me, man. You
And
stumped
the
me.
answer to that question was Wolfen.
Wolfen. That's another one I'm writing down. All these Christmas films I'm going to be watching. Thank you, JR. That's awesome.
Right, question 6.
And here's question 2 for Laurie. Roy Castle appeared in 3 feature films with Peter Cushing.
Yep.
One was Dr. Terror's House of Horrors.
Damn it.
One was Legend of the Werewolf. But what was the other?
Is it Dracula or Frankenstein? I'm going to say... shit. Right, I'm going to say... I'm wrong! Damn it, I'm wrong! Dracula, something prefix. I don't know what the other...
you're wrong.
And the answer to Laurie's question is, of course, Doctor Who and the Daleks. And, well, I guess have a Merry Christmas, you guys, and, good luck with being the second best film podcast out.
That was good.
Damn it, why didn't I realise that?
I've got a feeling this is going to be a very low scoring quiz.
Yeah.
All right,
I love those guys.
We are on the rocks.
Love on the rocks, ain't no surprise.
Who's going to kick us off?
I do have an on the
Right,
rocks.
Wyndham, go on.
I sent a picture to you guys during the week.
Yes.
It's a mid-70s film, and I was going to say I don't know what attracts me to it, but what attracts me to it is the title, Strip Naked for Your Killer.
Oh, for God's sake.
I found it on Amazon, I think. Amazon Prime. It's just terrible. It's
how you
awful,
find these
awful.
things.
It's the premise of it is it's an Italian film based in Milan or something like that, based around a fashion agency where the men are predatory, bit rapey. The women are also predatory and a bit rapey, and this small group of them, of photographers, agency owners and models, start being murdered. Right. But it is it's like, Jesus Christ, how was it? Oh my God.
Is it a subtitle film?
No, dubbed.
Right. Sounds absolutely awful.
And there's zero reason why anybody listening to this podcast would even trip over it, let alone trip over it and go, do you know what? I'm going to give that a watch.
How did you find
I don't know.
Were you feeling a bit pervy?
I don't know.
Did you have the curtains drawn?
Well, no, there's other ways to...
Your algorithm must be fucked up.
Yeah, Louisa does not enjoy the fact that I use her Netflix. Yeah, so just if you ever come across anything like that, don't. Just don't.
Oh, okay.
It's really tough watching.
Okay.
All right, Laurie.
Well, I'm going to use this space because I have remembered something. So I'm actually, this is a beam thing.
No, you can't. Not allowed. All right, so you just can't.
I've just remembered
Well,
it.
it's
though.
tough. We've
It's
done that
good.
section. No.
It's a film.
That doesn't matter. Right, my one is The Irishman.
Oh, have you watched it?
Not all of it. Look, I'm sure it's much better than. But I watched the first 45 minutes of it.
Jesus,
It's
so
3
you're not
hours.
even...
Yeah, but I'm going to tell you why I really didn't like it. I think they make a huge error with this whole CGI thing because they
Because they
That's why it's-
de-aged them. haven't
that's
they?
they
why it's
de-aged
been delayed for
Pesci
so
and they
long.
de-aged De Niro, but they still look and act old. So you've got old men
Right, yeah,
walking
yeah.
around pretending to be kids, dressed as kids, and it's weird. It looks weird. They're supposed to be about 30, and he looks about 60. It's just something very odd about it,
Yeah.
and it's very off-putting to watch.
Yeah.
So,
Have you seen it?
No, I haven't. Jesus Christ, I
It
haven't
does
got
feel a
3.5 hours.
No, exactly. It does feel a little bit of a... Well, we're at this point in our careers. Go fuck yourselves. We want to make this
Yeah.
very long movie.
well, I've heard really good reviews about it, but that kind of put me off a lot. Really,
It's too long.
Oh, no, it's...
It is.
No,
We're the
no,
young
no,
generation,
no.
Laurie. We're
Yeah.
like, oh,
It's
yeah.
just one of those meaty monsters that you get, and 9 times out of 10 they turn out to be good. Obviously, we could talk about the Godfather, Once Upon a Time in America.
they're not Scorsese films.
I'm not saying that they are, but I'm just
And
saying
long.
these kind of long, meaty. You really get into the characters and into the story. So I'm
Stand,
sure
the TV movie.
the standard TV movie, and I'm sure it's probably really, really good. But this technology bit, that's
I
where
didn't
it's
like
falling
it.
down.
Yeah, I think it was a bit weird. It didn't suit it. They should have just used young actors.
I was so surprised when it suddenly turned up. It was on Netflix. I was like, what?
Well, Netflix have
What the
paid
shit?
for it, so but they
Right.
wanted it a cinema release so it can go for Oscars and stuff.
Yeah, but I never knew that until the day it came out on Netflix. I was like, what the fuck? They're putting it there? I thought
Well,
it
they've
was
got
gonna
$6 billion to spend on programming. So
Where else
they've
would
got
they
to spend
put it?
something.
That's
They made
fantastic.
it. Where would they put it?
That's fantastic.
Amazon Prime?
be- Yeah. But that's cool.
All right.
Cemetery Man, Delamore.
Yeah, whatever.
So
Right.
that's on the rocks, is it?
Okay.
No, it's fucking great. It's great. It's weird. It's really good. Rupert Everett.
All right, let's carry on. Question 7.
Oh, how many questions are there?
Hi, hello. I'm Matt from the Strangers in Space podcast.
Awesome.
And the best film podcast out there, which is Film Club International.
Film Club. I think.
Film Club International.
Crowbar in that.
I find it's certainly called Film Club.
No, International. And I've got 2 questions. And so, question 1 is for Wyndham, and I've written this very carefully. Following a life-changing accident, which actor was originally offered the role of quadriplegic villain Mason Verger in Ridley Scott's Hannibal, but he turned it down when he read the script?
It's got to be. It's got to be.
Yeah, that's not that many, is there?
It's got to be.
Think quadriplegic.
That's a great question. I
Really good
never knew
question.
that, but I know the answer.
Right, how many quadriplegic actors do
Wait.
you know? Well, I'm trying to help him.
I don't know any quadriplegic.
Don't look at the.
All right. Okay, Laurie, do you want to guess?
Christopher Reeves.
Oh,
And the answer is Christopher Reeve.
you said Christopher Reeves.
Yeah,
So I can't give you the point. Now you get a point. Well done, Laurie. All
I
right.
was watching him actually yesterday in Superman 3, and he's great. What a great man.
I'm so glad you didn't say he was
Bless
moving
his-
around and he looked fine. He also appeared in Smallville.
He did.
Yeah.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
Poor fella. Bless his heart.
How quickly we
And
forget.
the second question for Laurie. Which film, the plot of which involves the corrupt buying up of the public transport system in LA, is rumoured to be based partially on Cloverleaf, the unmade third film in the Robert Towne's Jake Gittes series?
And I suppose we should say what the first 2 films in that series
The first 2 are Chinatown and the 2 Jakes.
Oh, blimey, you guys are going heavy on me. I've never seen the 2 Jakes, actually. The third one, we're buying up.
We were actually saying on
travel
text during the
system.
week that they know a lot more about film, certainly than I did.
Oh yeah. They actually know what they're talking
really
about,
do
and
know
they're
stuff.
being really cruel.
Yeah.
And had about 9 plugs for their show. Shit faces. Oh man. I know I should know this when you
All
say
right.
it.
Shall we just
Go
play?
on, go on.
And the answer is...
And the answer is...
Oh, I thought you were going to...
Oh, I'll say it if you
And
want.
the answer is Who Framed
Framed
Roger
Roger
Rabbit?
Rabbit?
Wow!
Happy Christmas.
There we go.
Wow! See?
All right.
Shitheads.
So,
Yeah, go on.
1957.
1957.
Yeah, look out the window.
Okay, so I'm going to give you a bit of information about 1957.
Okay.
In the news, it was the Suez Canal crisis.
Ooh, yeah.
The first artificial satellite, Sputnik, was launched. And
Right.
there was a big outbreak of foot and mouth disease in this
Foot and
country.
mouth.
In fact,
In England?
my grandfather's farm had to be, animals had to be killed, I think.
Yeah.
But in popular culture, the frisbee was invented.
Wow, cool. So, like, plates must have existed before that, but I suppose you wouldn't have called them frisbees.
No,
No.
they're plates.
That place,
Oh,
definitely.
yeah, that's right, yeah.
Plastic
Plastic plates, you
But was
reckon
it
they
somebody just
existed?
flipped it the other way up in a Greek-style smashing fest?
Yeah.
And it just went...
Well, there we go. On TV, the UK entered the Eurovision Song Contest.
Yeah.
The Sky at Night started.
Oh,
Moore.
we've
Yeah.
got... Oh, I
Who
love
went
him.
on to become Games Master? Do you remember that?
Yes, he did.
He
Of course I remember that.
It was great, Patrick Moore.
It was great on the xylophone.
And it was the first... It wasn't the xylophone. Was it the xylophone?
I think he was a
Glockenspiel?
Glockenspiel.
Glockenspiel. And the Queen's speech was first televised.
Ah.
Right, in music, well, Frank Sinatra, Bill Haley and the Comets, Elvis Presley, all that kind of shit.
Do you know? Sorry, on music. While I remember,
Yeah.
I was watching Scrooged earlier today,
Oh,
and Miles Davis is in it.
Yes, he is. He's on one of the
band.
bums.
It's his band, yeah.
On the streets. Yeah.
Sorry,
Scrooged. Ah, what a cracker.
Never seen it. And
that's got to be changed.
people
It's
who
such a good film.
died in the year 1957. Humphrey Bogart, Oliver Hardy, and Christian Dior.
Oliver Hardy. Who's
Yeah.
Oliver Hardy?
Roland Hardy.
I might have had a stroke or something.
It's the scarf.
Do you think this it's
Going to your head. Yeah, lose
Okay.
it.
Jesus.
And the top 5 grossing films. At number 5, Old Yeller.
Oh, what a cruel film.
At number 4, Peyton Place. Never seen it.
Who?
Don't know. Number 3, Witness for the Prosecution.
Hey?
Number 2, Sayonara.
Ugh.
And at number 1, The Bridge on the River Kwai.
Ah!
Yeah. So there we go. So before we talk about our first film, I've got another couple of questions for you.
Okay.
Are they as hard as the last ones?
Let's hope not.
Yeah, it's not those blooming strangers in hoo-ha, is it?
Let's have a go.
Hello, this is Vicky from 50
Oh,
Minute
thank
Theatre,
God.
I know
the
Vicky.
podcast that I do with James. It is really excellent. You should listen to
Jeez,
it.
this is a bit of a plug.
I won't
That's
say
fine,
much
sharing the
about it
love.
anymore, but, yeah, great.
Sharing the air.
So I have a couple of questions. The
I'm not gonna get this
first
one either.
question I have is for Wyndham. James and I recently went to see the living legend Sir Ian McKellen on stage. He did a lot of talking about stuff, and it turns out he really loves Shakespeare. Who knew? Anyway, according to the internet, the following 4 films are all based on Shakespeare plays. Can you identify the plays that 2 of them are based on? They're not the same plays. And the films are The Lion King, 10 Things I Hate About You, Forbidden Planet, and My Own Private Idaho.
Any ideas?
Hamlet
Yeah.
and Macbeth.
Is that what you're coming up with?
Yeah.
Right.
Not that I'm not trying.
Macbeth is a guess.
You're a guess.
And the answers are The Lion King is based on Hamlet.
Correct.
10 Things I Hate About You is based on The Taming of the Shrew.
Oh,
Forbidden Planet is based on The Tempest. And My Own Private Idaho is based on King Henry IV and V. I did not get that myself.
Oh, so I was
Anyway,
right.
congratulations if you got those right, Wyndham, and a very happy Christmas.
Thanks, Vix.
happy Christmas, Boxy.
Right. And
Sharing the air.
your question, Laurie.
My second question is for Laurie Wise. Laurie Wise, I am not only a big fan of theatre, I'm also a big fan of the horror film genre. Can you name 2 horror films that are set in a theatre?
Demons. And Theatre of Blood. Demons is more of a cinema, isn't it, though? And yes, so I said Demons, so that's more of a cinema. Do you think that counts? Let's see what Vicky says.
Let's see what she says.
And the answers are, well, there could be many answers, but the films that I know of that are set in theatres are The Phantom of the Opera, Stage Fright, Theatre of Death, aka Blood Fiend, The Flesh and Blood Show, Theatre of Blood,
Yes.
Nightmares, aka Stage Fright, The Theatre Bazaar, and another film called Stage Fright, because there aren't enough films called Stage Fright already. Again, congratulations if you got that right, and a very happy Christmas to you too.
All right.
Happy
You don't get Demons
Christmas,
because it's a movie
Boxy.
theatre.
Yeah, you're
I'm
right,
afraid.
you're right.
All right, so let's get on to the main feature, The Incredible Shrinking Man.
Okay.
All right, so I'll give you some information. It was released in 1957, directed by Jack Arnold, screenplay by Richard Matheson and the novel by Richard Matheson, music by Joseph Gershenson.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It had a budget of $800,000 and the box office it got 1.43 million. Didn't win any Oscars or BAFTAs, but it did get a Hugo Award for Outstanding Movie. And notable actors: Grant Williams as Robert Scott Carey, Randy Stewart as Louise Carey, and I guess I'll do. So,
beautiful. Before we say anything,
should we have a clip?
Okay.
The science fiction classic, The Incredible Shrinking Man, one of the best sci-fi films of all time.
Sky, what was that?
I don't know. Some kind of mist.
Look at your chest. They still too loose?
Sure, even the cuffs are dragging.
Gee, they do look kind of big.
I'm getting smaller, Lou, every day.
Well, that's silly, honey. People just don't get smaller.
There's no medical precedent for what's happening to you. I simply know that you're getting smaller. The x-rays prove it beyond any doubt.
Okay, so we're looking at The Incredible Shrinking Man. So, before we get into it, Laurie, would you be kind enough to give us a synopsis? And I'm adding a new rule now.
Yeah.
And I'm going to set a timer. You have a minute.
Okay.
No, I've got it here. It's not a pretend time. What are you doing? Is it right? This is your time.
That music. Oh my God, that music. Dude and his wife on a boat. Dude, wife goes downstairs below deck to get the beers. Because he's a man. He's the 50s all man. 50s all man goes into this weird, strange cloud, comes out silvery. Then, lo and behold, the poor fella gets smaller and smaller and smaller. And there's kind of sort of 3 acts to the film where it's, first of all, it's a little bit like, shit, kind of paranoia, you feel a bit of pity. Second kind of act is like, shit, the guy's a proper midget fella. He's trying to identify, obviously lost all his manness. Then he's uber small and he's surviving as an uber small man. And then it goes, actually, there is a fourth kind of bit which alludes to where you go into spirituality in a way.
Do you know what?
Actually, that was Bob on.
Perfect.
Yeah.
And bang on a minute.
And bang on a minute.
Wow. Well done.
Look at that.
Oh my gosh. Right. So, it was Wyndham. What's your impression of the film?
So I don't have any history with this film. First time I saw it was yesterday.
Right.
And I don't think you're going to like this, Laurie.
Oh, are you actually even going to consider saying this is not an amazing masterpiece?
I couldn't have given less of a shit about any of the characters.
Oh my God.
I genuinely couldn't. To begin with, it was kind of like, well, if that boat catches fire and they die, then I don't have to watch the rest of the film. Then when,
that was the first minute.
Then when he starts shrinking and you think, actually, when the cat gets him, if the cat had just actually got him, that would have been great. And then about he doesn't quite drown and he doesn't quite get eaten by the spy. And I don't know what it was. It didn't chime with me at all.
Were you wearing a scarf when you were watching?
I was not wearing a scarf, no.
Jesus Christ!
I love this film. Laurie, you recommended it to me. I think I watched it a couple of years ago for the first time.
Yeah.
That was it. I watched it during a mission to watch every film mentioned in the song Science Fiction Double Feature.
No, that's a
which
great
is
mission.
at the start of the Rocky Horror Show. This film is not in it, I realise. I went and checked. But I think this film is amazing. I think it's brilliant.
It is really, really great.
What about you, Laurie?
I was just managed to get like on a deal about 4 or 5 films, and 3 of them, I believe, were actually done by Jack Arnold, who made this.
Right.
So there was the Creature from the Black Lagoon,
Great.
Tarantula, It Came from Outer Space. So
Yeah,
actually all those 3.
Tarantula and It Came from Outer Space are both mentioned in Science Fiction Double Feature.
There you go. So that's your Jack Arnold. So anyway, this was part of that series as well. And I was going through them one by one, and it just blew me away. It took me by surprise because literally right from the beginning, that opening piece of music, I was like, wow, that's awesome. It's got a sort of James Bondy kind of sort of feel to it, but really dramatic and a beautiful piece of music. And then the film started, and obviously I thought it was just going to be ridiculous and kind of funny and with that kind of sort of 50s feel to it. But I was just so surprised how seriously they take it. It's
Yeah.
quite actually. It's a sincere,
and it
real...
makes you think. Yeah, if it happened to you, Jesus.
Exactly, you identify with him so quickly. You know, he plays it so well. The actor's name is
Grant Williams.
Grant Williams. He just plays it so right. We could just really identify with him. He's very sympathetic, as it were, and it stunned me.
Yeah, I think it's a completely original idea for a film. It was inspired by a scene in the film Let's Do It Again about a hat which gets too large for a man's head, apparently.
Which again sounds ridiculous.
Surely that's got to be ridiculous.
Yeah, that bit at the start, you know, where he's saying to go and get me a beer.
Yeah.
My parents, which are now divorced, and probably for this reason, my dad used to wake my mother up at about 2:30 in the morning to go and make him a coffee.
Whoa.
And then they'd have a coffee and then go back to sleep, which I always thought very odd.
Right,
So-
that's a control issue.
So, to
there.
be fair, when all of that stuff, as you know, my bent on these kind of things is always, I'm a bit right on.
Yeah, you are a bit
So
right on.
when I was watching it, I was thinking, am I going to have to get right on about it? And I'm not, and I didn't, because it was like, that's all right, this is their relationship, it's fine. It is a joke, it's fine, it's not a drama.
But it also deliberately is alluding to the fact that the
absolutely.
50s man
Yeah.
is, and he basically loses his masculinity.
Yeah.
And it touches on so many cool things, and done in on face value. You read it on paper, it's like this is going to be ridiculous. I just think they nail it. I think it's a really great film.
It moves on very quickly.
It does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, you're not bored. And there's a shot, I think it's when he started to shrink quite a bit, and there's a shot with the chair. Yeah. And you just see the chair for ages.
Yeah.
And it's such a good build-up to when they
brother.
flip it, and it's like...
His brother's just come round to say, the business isn't doing very well, we can't give you any money. And he's just looking at the back of the chair.
Yeah.
And then there's little Scotty Williams.
Yeah.
And that's it, and that's the part where you move into the kind of the ridicule bit. So now it's funny, you feel embarrassed, but then this act of the film it's where obviously he doesn't feel like a man anymore. He can't be with his wife, and he's desperate to be with her. So he starts sort of controlling her in a way as best he can. But then he manages to break out for a bit, has a little walk, meets the local circus.
Yes.
And there, lo and behold, there's someone who's a little bit shorter than him, and she's very attractive. So again, he's got his masculinity back again. Fantastic.
And that's a really clever idea as well, because by introducing Clarice, they can have a whole section without having to do special effects or anything.
Oh yeah,
because I think they really cleverly engineer, him being small with larger people. For the time, 1957.
The effects that they use in this is fantastic. They use loads of different techniques.
Clarice, then suddenly they don't have to worry about having the same person every shot for another section.
Yeah,
that was good.
But what it makes you start thinking of is about how we identify as people to each other. Can you love someone that's 20 foot tall or vice versa? That just can't happen. And anyway, this is happening with him now. He's got that opportunity. But again, it also makes you start thinking about, obviously shorter people, dwarfs, stuff like that, how they feel in society. How different, how awkward, how they can't fully, properly, sincerely connect with someone might be taller and stuff. Is that hard? Is that a challenge? I don't know. But it does explore that kind of bit, doesn't it?
Yeah.
And then, unfortunately, he meets her again for like the third time, whatever it is, and she used to be a little bit shorter than him. Now she's a little bit taller. So then you quite quickly, like you say, there's no sort of flab on this film. And then you go to the next part. It turns up he's in a Wendy house. He's in a little doll's house.
Yeah.
That's it. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So let's talk a little bit about the effects, because the effects are brilliant. I thought the mist at the start looked great.
Yeah.
And a mastery of editing up here. I just think, there's very few shots that didn't work. And if you think about the 1957 being able to do the overdub and all that kind of stuff, it just works very well.
Yeah. So the different sort of techniques they use, there's tons, but you've obviously got that split screen effect. You've got the foreground and background, obviously, like the Peter Jackson stuff that he did with Lord of the Rings, where you've got someone really close in the foreground, someone in the background, but you've got that illusion when they've got the eye contact. And obviously the scenery that's all around it in scale.
And the scenery, and I think that's important. the scenery was all, and the props were all to scale.
Yeah,
So, usually with things like that, they're not quite the right size and stuff like that, but I thought they all seemed very convincing.
Do you remember near the end where he's super small, he's down in the cellar, and there's a drip coming down from the kind of watering can bit?
Condoms.
Yes, that's it. So obviously there's this, and it always baffled me how they managed to get that drip coming down next to the actor, because it looks like a full-on frickin' drop. And it was the director remembered when he was a kid, one of his mates or something was playing around with this condom full of water and went, actually, maybe that would work, because nothing was working at the time. And it was like 100 condoms was basically on the bill. So the production, like the fat cat's like, what the hell?
What's going on here?
On the bill here, there's 100 condoms. And then Jack Arnold was like, yeah, we had a party.
I also like the way that they introduced the cat. I thought it was very subtle. You saw the cat 2 or 3 times, and even though I knew what was coming up, it was so slowly brought into the story.
That cat is actually going to become a predator, big time.
Yeah, I like that very much.
Yeah, beautiful. And we've done a few films recently with cat attack acting.
Have we?
Well, yeah. So we had Reanimator, which is pretty special. Then we had, what was the other one? There was another cat acting. Oh, what was the other one?
No.
Oh, shit. Anyway, and this one.
So
this is the best out of the 3 that we've covered.
No, I'm more focused on the cat than the rest of it. But
yeah.
No, it's fine. All I was going to say is that I don't think cats attack like that. Not initially. They play, they bat, and they don't use their claws to begin with. They kind of knock about and
but it was really looking for cat food. They just put.
That was really what bothered me most was the inaccurate. Yeah,
the cat's acting though. You can't argue with it. It's quite a famous cat. It was in
cat.
Breakfast in Tiffany's. That
was
cat.
it?
Yeah, that's the same cat. He gets about a bit.
Okay.
What happened to the cat?
I think it was just left, didn't it?
I think maybe when his wife came back and she thought that the cat had eaten her husband, she might have kicked it.
Now I do have an issue with that. You'd think that his wife would have searched the house a bit more thoroughly. She's just like, he's been eaten by the cat. Okay, never mind. Didn't even go downstairs to check in the cellar.
And she moved out in like 2 days as well, didn't she?
Yeah.
I'm done.
Yes.
Actually, that must have been a big relief for her. Really. The kind of relief that you don't feel comfortable saying.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But all of that kind of... When he originally starts losing weight and the doctors confirm, actually, you are losing height, and he says, okay, essentially he says, I release you from your wedding vows. You married Scott Carey, who was 6'1", and he was this. He was that.
He's obsessed with height, isn't he?
Really is. And she went, no, it's fine. Deep down inside, she must have been there going, I'm quite glad he got me.
Yeah, but
that's why I'm not looking in the fucking cellar.
Again, just think about it.
And then I'm back in this fucking mess again.
But just think about it though. We're talking about a film where there's a scene where a woman is convinced the cat has eaten her husband.
Yeah,
that's mental. But how do they play it?
Dead straight.
Dead straight.
Yeah.
She is genuinely heartbroken, crying, and you're with her all the way.
Yeah,
because the cat's eating her husband.
I really wanted the cat to have eaten her husband.
Well, it would have been a very short film.
Yeah.
And you wouldn't have that great survival man against tarantula.
Yeah. Now, as you said, Laurie, there's 3 kind of acts to it, and the 3rd act is all in the cellar, and it becomes like a battle of survival, a battle of wills, isn't it?
Yeah. But his resourcewulness. He's a man. He can think. If he gets the pin, and
he can think. But did he forget how a mousetrap works? He seemed quite surprised when the trap was sprung. When he's trying to pull it off.
Why didn't he poke it off with one of the many hundreds of random nails lying around the place?
I thought it was quite terrifying when the spider is on top of the matchbox.
Yeah.
I'm quite convinced. No, it wouldn't.
Well, terrifying's going a bit far, isn't it?
Well, I put myself back in 1957.
Yeah. I didn't.
But it's that, so we're still in the cellar, right? But
yeah.
It's that whole, he needs food. So he's done the cheese bit. Unfortunately, he dropped it down the drain.
It straight down the drain.
Down it goes. Bollocks. But there's some cake. But, it's
tastiest looking cake.
But it's just on the shelf. But that is a whole, that's like Everest or whatever it is. and he has to figure out how he's going to get to that food to survive. And he mentioned, the character says, all of a sudden this perfect calm comes over him. So he now knows he's got this reason to be, because he's like, there's no one kind of around looking at him anymore. He's got so goddamn small. He's just got to focus on survival and just that calm resolution.
So performances, I thought all performances were pretty strong, really.
Completely agree.
Clarice, I thought, although she was good, I thought it was slightly miscast. She didn't look like she was from a carnival. Really?
No.
She wasn't a carny fake, was she?
No. But it can happen. Perfect scale. I mean, look at Kylie Minogue.
Alright, so music. I thought the incidental music fit perfectly. Taking up the stories all.
It's
and you're a big
fantastic.
fan of that start music, aren't you, though?
Yeah. Yes. It's absolutely amazing. But again, like, you know, the whole score with the spider, the whole sort of pity kind of lullaby that you get as he's getting a little bit smaller.
Yeah.
It's just, it's great. It's great.
I've got a question.
Yeah.
Is it a problem when the narrator is the protagonist? Because it either negates the threat, and he must be alive narrating it,
Exactly.
or he's narrating from beyond the grave, which is annoying.
Yeah.
He's not narrating from beyond the grave.
No, but they're the two options you've got.
Yeah.
He's narrating from the unified
No, we
field.
know he survives, but they're when you're listening at the start and you know something terrible, you know that he's either
Jeopardy
not going to die or
disappears,
he's a dead man's voice, which doesn't fit.
Yeah, I agree.
So I didn't,
because they do that. What's the Denzel Washington, John Candy film? Not John Candy, John Goodman. With the kind of devil spirit that moves from person to person.
Oh shit! I've never seen that.
Oh, right. But it does a similar thing. The narrator is one of the lead characters in it.
Yeah, but like Sunset Boulevard, obviously that kind of he's the narrator, but he's the dead guy at the beginning kind of thing.
Yeah.
Absolutely,
which is
I
really
agree
cool.
with you, though. I think because all of that kind of the tarantula. If you're gonna, well, clearly he's gonna. It's fine. It will be fine because he's still
because he's still narrating the story. Yeah,
about the story.
But it makes it really interesting the fact of like, okay, where is he? Who is he talking to? You know, it's really great. It's really great.
I did have a bit of a problem with the fact that she had a toaster in the dining room, not the kitchen.
Right.
I didn't notice that.
Yeah. We were still just beginning to live with appliances back then, though. You know what I mean?
They hadn't quite figured it out.
That food stuff goes in the kitchen.
Put it in there.
I think we may have had a foot spa in the conservatory.
All right.
And as is my way, I'm going to pick on the bits that wouldn't happen.
Okay.
So you got
like the man shrieking.
Well, there is that. Yeah, but there's also they'd run all the tests, but it's just like one person in the world, right? Who's got this thing.
Yes.
Yeah.
You wouldn't then invest lots and lots and lots of money into figuring out what was wrong.
Oh, but bless
if
him.
there was, he was obviously a media phenomenon.
Yeah. I'm not ready to break it. But again, remember how he actually, what caused this? It's not just...
Glitter
it's kind of anti-communist message,
This
isn't
is it. So
it's the Russians. You know, because that's what all these science fiction films are about.
Yeah, but this one isn't.
Kind of.
This
That
is
mystery
because
from the Russians.
he was walking down the street and a
He wasn't
lorry...
walking down, it was on a boat.
This is the weird bit.
What?
He's walking down the street and there's a lorry that falls over and he got covered in... insecticide.
Which triggered... So
he went into the cloud, which was the radiation.
No, the other way around.
Oh, right.
Radiation first, gets covered in glitter on the boat.
I had it the other way around.
6 months later, he gets insecticide, which is what triggers
I
the
didn't
two
know that.
things together.
I missed that insecticide bit.
That's
there you go.
random as hell, though, isn't it? It's crazy.
The strange mist would have done it fine.
Exactly. Why do you need the incest? Brilliant. Love it.
All right. Memorable scenes. I've just put the cat segment.
Yeah, the cat was good. Yeah.
All of it. I just love it all. I think it's just tremendous.
Well, this leads on to my next question. Does it stand up today?
Yes.
So it was just a film that I watched. It didn't touch me deeply.
I think it's aged brilliantly, but I did get a bit bored towards it.
And I think some of the quotes in it are a bit. Oh, I mean, I get it, but it's like, oh, calm down.
Go on, give us a quote.
So the bit where he says, "In my hunt for food, I had become the hunted."
Yeah.
I get that. That's right. But then, right at the very end, or right towards the end, he says, "As man had dominated the world of the sun, so I would dominate my world."
Yeah, I remember that one. I was going to write that down, but I couldn't write it down quick enough.
I put, we've looked everywhere. He's dead. They haven't looked everywhere at all.
Yeah.
Didn't look in the cellar once.
Especially as he's there going, I'm his brother. I wouldn't say this if it wasn't true.
Yeah.
So there was going to be a sequel to this. I think it was called
The Incredible Shrinking Woman.
Yeah, but it was never
his
made.
wife. Yeah.
And this was it was going to be a film where she shrank, and it ended up in the I can't remember what it's called, but the Tinyverse, let's call it. So Scott's living in the Tinyverse with these eel-like creatures floating around with bacteria and stuff.
Oh, great!
But it was too much high concept, I think, for them to make at the time.
Yeah. Just a little fun fact, kind of. Not fun for Grant Williams though, but basically on the shoot it went over budget. It took a lot longer than they planned, simply because all the stunts and stuff that he had to do. It was simple, well, not necessarily a simple thing, but remember, like even the match that he strikes, all the stunts and things that he had to do. Bless you.
You.
Kept he kept getting injured on set.
Yeah, it was quite badly
all the time.
Oh,
so
Paul Grant.
Other films or things inspired by it. The Borrowers, I thought it was a bit shit. Downsizing, not very good.
Bought that you thought I was shit.
And that's it. All right, so is that it?
It's a bit barn door when they come out of the doctors when they said yes, you are losing height. He gives it the whole "you should leave me," and she goes, "Hey, as long as that wedding ring is on that finger, we're together." Clunk. As it drops the second later.
But that's it. There's no flab on it. It just keeps moving.
And they were very adamant that people don't get shorter. What about amputees?
Dear, oh dear.
Right, let's score it on that note. All right, so performances. Laurie,
8.
9.
5.
Effects, 10. No, Wyndham.
4.
9.
4.
Yeah, I'm harsh judging.
You're a bell.
Plot, Wyndham.
Plot 6.
8.
7. Rewatch factor, Laurie.
8.
7.
0.
Dear. Direction, 10.
4.
9.
Cinematography, Wyndham.
4.
8.
10. Sound and music, Win.
5.
9.
7. Originality, Laurie.
9.
10.
7.
There's never been a film like that before. Enjoyability.
Since.
4.
9.
8. Life-changing past or present, Laurie.
8.
4.
0.
Okay, so I've got 82.
I've got a lower number than that. 39 I've got.
Crikey.
He's been practicing.
Shit. Oh, shit. Is that right? That can't be right. 78 plus 17.
It's 85, isn't it?
85, babe.
Very good. All right, so let's see what the rating is.
Gives it... Is that right? Jeez.
Even
again
with your attempts to do everything you can to drag this down.
Low score. It gets 68.6.
68.6. So that puts it at exactly the same spot as The Omen and Black Sabbath.
Great.
And that's just below Zombieland but above Threads. So I think that's pretty well spotted, really.
Cool. Well done.
Okay.
Well done, kids.
All right, so ready for another couple of questions?
Oh, yeah.
All right, so where are we on? Question 11.
Hello, the crew of the Lighthouse. It's Terry here.
Oh, Terry.
Yes! By Laurie as the southwestern winkle picker for some reason. Anyways, I've rowed up to the shores of the lighthouse in my skiff with my questions in hand. Incidentally, guys, it looks like you've got a Fraggle problem on your shore. Before they get into the foundations. Okay, on to my questions. Wyndham, in the film Beverly Hills Cop, Axel Foley is from Detroit. What other iconic movie cop is also from Detroit?
What other
Shush.
iconic movie
Just don't
cop
say anything.
is from Detroit?
Oh, fucking hell.
Yeah, fucking
Fuck me,
hell.
I nearly walked straight past that. Robocop is from Detroit.
Is that Alex Murphy?
Oh, yeah, he is, yeah.
Let's see if you're right.
The answer is RoboCop.
Yay! Yeah, if you hadn't have
Alex
got it, it would have
Murphy,
been bad.
Terry.
All right. Laurie.
Laurie, in the 1977 film Star Wars, what was the film originally going to be called?
That's your Blue Harvest there, sunshine. Don't waste my time. Rum raisin.
Is Adventures of the Star Killer is taken from the Journal with the Wheels, Saga 1, Star Wars.
Sorry, you've got that
Keep
wrong.
up the good work, guys. And
What?
Merry
Say that
Christmas.
again.
You got it wrong.
Oh, what?
Blue Harvest?
Shit. Yeah, I thought it was Blue Harvest.
Well, you
Or
got
maybe
wrong.
that was the production name. It was like a ruse. Oh, Terry.
Thank you very much,
Rant
Terry.
and
Thanks, Terry.
rave for Western Ticket. So yeah, that Fraggle problem he's mentioned, I have noticed that.
We
I
need
think
to get on that.
It's used too. Chucking all your napkins out the window.
I don't know if Fraggles ain't napkins.
Turns out, it's like
I
a
think
red
it's-
flag to a ball.
We need to
Yeah,
get
I
one of those big creatures to try and cunt them.
Yeah,
Try to
that's-
what them?
Cunt them.
Oh,
You
probably started that with a different.
I'm gonna go on Amazon, one of those big creatures.
Right.
What are those big?
Dance your cares away. Worries for another day. Let the music play. Down in Fraggle Rock. Work your cares away. Dancing's for another day. Let the Fraggles play. We're Go-Go Family.
Ooh, a fuego! Hey, look, Bob! I caught a fuego!
Dance your cares away. Worries for another day. Let the music play. Down in Fraggle Rock. Down in Fraggle Rock.
Down at Fraggle Rock.
It's a
The
Fraggle.
He was a king and his dumb
Oh,
son.
yeah, a king, his wife. There was also a talking trash heap.
yeah.
The trash heap has spoken. The doozers were the little builders.
I quite like the Fraggles, but I always mourned that they weren't the Muppets.
There's no need to mourn.
Well,
Allow them both in your life.
All right, so our next film from 1957 is Night of the Demon.
Yes!
It has been written since the beginning of time that evil, supernatural creatures exist in a world of darkness. And it is also said, man can call forth these powers of darkness, the demons of hell.
It is the night of the demon.
And tonight is the night that Dana Andrews, as a daring scientist, defies the mysterious, murderous devil cult in a desperate battle against the demons of hell.
Okay, so it was directed by Jacques Tourneur, written by M.R. James, and the story was Casting the Rooms, 1911. Music by Clifton Parker. It had a budget of 3.7 million.
Seriously?
Well, I don't think that's right. It had a box office of 3.1 million. I'm sure that's not true about the budget.
No.
Didn't have any sequels and spin-offs. Dana Andrews was a Dr. John Holden. Peggy Cummins as Joanna Harrington. Neil McGuinness as Dr. Julian Carswell. And that'll do, I reckon. Okay.
This is the third film with the cat acting in it.
Ah!
This is the one.
Alright, so, before we get into it, and I'm going to set my timer again, Laurie, would you like to give us your synopsis?
Yeah, so there's an American dude coming to the UK, and he's like a debunker of hokum. You hear? He's a scientist, and one of these people that are going to naturally be debunked by his ass is this dude called
Carswell.
Well, because he kind of runs a cult, and he's kind of claimed that he can speak to the dead and make things happen on his will, and obviously. This scientist dude is going to jazz him out. Holden is on his radar. And basically one of Holden's co-workers who currently resides in the UK, just before he lands in the UK, his co-worker gets killed under weird circumstances. And you find out that Carswell's claims are correct. He can actually summon demons and hex people's arses. And Holden falls into the same trap.
Hands up. Not bad at all. Well done. All right. So, first off, so connections with the other film. Both starts with a narration of its own. So this film starts with a narrator.
Does it?
Yeah. Obviously, a theme of 1957 now.
I like narration.
And Dana Andrews was mentioned in Science Fiction Double Feature. The song.
Great.
So there we go.
And he's got a bit of the Sean Connery about him.
He has, isn't he?
There's also, in both films, a man who looks very much like David Lynch. There's a man with a newspaper in this one, like the Demon. Can't remember where the other one was, but yeah, both look striking similarities to David
I'm
Lynch.
just going to have to go with you on that one.
Yeah.
Alright, so first memories. I saw it about 5 years ago, again on Laurie's recommendation, so thank you very much,
No
Laurie.
problem.
Win?
So, I have no history with this film.
Mm-hmm.
First time I saw it.
You're not going to do it again,
yesterday.
are you? Yep.
I borrowed a copy from you, Laurie, which was a bit sticky in places.
You know, you can find it on the internet as well.
Yeah.
It was a bit sticky in places.
I actually really enjoyed it.
Yes!
Yeah, I did. I think this had a whole load of stuff that I felt was lacking in Incredible Shrinking Man. But yeah, I enjoyed it.
Great. Laurie?
About 10 years ago. Just loved it. The quality of the acting, the writing. Again, it's quick, fast-paced. Some really strange, bizarre scenes that you get in it. Wonderful. Just always loved it. Really, really like it.
I like this film very much as well. I thought it has a great open. It hooks you with a mystery from the start.
Mm-hmm.
Is that when Harrington, the British professor, is going to Carswell's house?
Yeah.
And he basically says,
Please.
"You were right. I'll retract it. I promise. You know, don't. It's all fine." He goes, "Oh, I'm sorry. It's too late."
Yeah.
And then as he goes home, pulls into his garage.
Yeah.
As he comes out, it's like a mist again, isn't it? Like a smoke comes out of the trees.
Huge
and he tries to
demon.
outrun this big fire demon.
Now, I think this is a whole problem with the film, unfortunately.
What
are
you
this
about
is a
to say?
major flaw of the film.
What is that?
Okay. That opening scene,
Yeah.
where he's killed by the demon, we see the demon.
Yeah.
Now, if we hadn't have seen that demon,
Uh-huh.
we would be thinking throughout the film, is it witchcraft or is the man delusional and it's just all a setup? But it kind of negates all of that, and there's no payoff at the end. I mean, they should have just saved it to the end. And we should have seen like wind roll and all that kind of stuff. But I think giving it away too early was a mistake.
I can see your point there. I think that the journey is seeing Dana, the American guy, John Holden, when he comes over, it's seeing his journey to... Because he just refuses to believe. And then we get a number of instances where Carswell, the black magician, as it were, demonstrates...
Very openly.
He goes... The first time he raises a storm...
Yes.
But it's a storm, right? You're going to go, well, that can happen. You go, oh, I didn't think you had typhoons in the UK. We don't.
Yeah.
I did that.
Yeah.
And then he talks about a demon cat, or a cat embodied by a demon to protect his...
But that's what I mean. It would have been more exciting for us to go on that journey together with him thinking it's more and more strange. But we actually know there's a demon coming because we've seen it at the start.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I haven't got enough time to really sort of mull it over. I
think
get
about
your
it.
point.
It's the point of the podcast. Mull it.
I'm going to go with I disagree because it would completely change the film in a huge way. No, I think it would because Carswell's very, very matter of fact. He's not pulling any punches. It's like, what I say, yeah, there you go, I can do this, I can do
think
that.
all would have worked.
It's quite a rudimentary piece of witchcraft, causing the storm or whatever. But,
a little bit stronger than I'd predicted.
Yeah, exactly. And he's very open and very candid with him. You're fucked, mate.
Yeah,
I've hexed your ass.
Yeah, he wasn't clandestine.
You're going to die at
10 p.m. on the 28th.
On the 28th, you're going to die.
It's like the precursor to the Omen, isn't it? In some ways.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. There's some real omeny stuff to it because even in that first scene where you see the guy get killed by the demon. Is he actually being killed by the demon, or is he being killed by the fact that he's driven into the back of a lamppost, into an electric post thing, and the electricity obviously
we know he's been killed by the demon. We've seen the demon. This is the whole point.
But yeah,
we shouldn't have seen the demon to the end.
But that's the thing. But it's like a real life phenomena happening that's killing you, but it's actually the demon, whatever. Making that happen, kind of thing,
and that would have been cool, but for the fact that later, when his daughter
says he was slashed to pieces,
if he'd only been killed by electricity, he would have been burned.
Yeah,
but he was slashed to pieces.
Yeah, but it does enough to make you think of that. But then also it does something else as well with the slashy thing. So it's all in there, so it's fine.
I like the fact they used to have desks on aeroplanes.
Yeah.
Quite impressive.
And bigger, comfy seats, and seats that kind of seem to duck down.
Yeah,
well, not as many people flew back then.
No.
I thought... Go on.
No, it's all right. I was going to talk about old planes, don't we?
No, go on then.
I was just going to say they had proper china as well.
Yeah.
China plates and proper colouring.
Go back to those days.
Yeah.
Even though Carswell is trying to kill him, he's still very polite.
He is very polite.
He's not trying to kill him. He's like, just don't do this.
He is trying to kill him.
He is trying to kill him.
Completely trying to kill him. He gave him the manuscript.
He slipped in the rooms.
Yeah. He's absolutely trying to kill him. He keeps saying, "Oh, you're going to be dead over 20 minutes."
What does he say at the beginning? It's like, don't do it. And he's like, I'm sorry, Carswell, I'm calm here.
Yeah,
I don't take any of your crap.
And he keeps saying, well, you'll be dead on the 25th. He's like a cup of tea.
So that bit, let's go to that bit where he gets hexed. So he goes to the libraries after a specific book, which has been taken out.
Yeah.
Turns out Carswell's got it.
Yeah.
So they have a little chat together. And again, Carswell's very candid, very open with him. But for him to be hexed, he has to unknowingly... receive these runes, this enchantment.
It doesn't. I don't think it has to be unknowingly.
Yeah, it doesn't. No, it has to be unknowingly.
Right. Okay.
So he slips this piece of paper in, and he picks it up. And the moment the character Holden picks up that piece of paper, the camera work immediately goes in. As he sees Carswell walking out of the room, it's all like this.
Oh, it's weird. There's a couple of odd effects like that, isn't there?
He does it when he goes to the house of the man Hobart,
right?
And he meets all of his family.
Oh,
right.
They
want to release the body of the killer.
Yeah.
So they can put him under hypnosis. He goes to his family to get the signature, and then when they see the runes, they go, no one must stand in the way, because they're Carswell followers.
Yeah, exactly.
But then the vision goes.
Carswell fearers, because he's that.
Yeah, they believe.
Yeah,
and they know that it's real.
Yeah, because that man was part of Holden, the guy that he goes after. He was part of Holden's sort of debunking, because he's going to do a scientific presentation, as it were, wasn't he?
But the man who is supposedly the murderer was a Carswell follower.
That's it. Yeah.
Done. All right. So let's talk a bit about the acting. I thought it was cringeworthy, really, some of the acting in this.
I liked it.
I really liked it.
I liked it.
I mean, it was enjoyable.
I thought Carswell's mother was the only real ham.
Oh, but no, she's
perfect of that era as well. I think she was in Lady Killers.
I think that is our same girl. We should really know that, man.
There was an awful lot of exposition as well. The scenes are quite short and explaining everything every step of the way.
I don't think in a bad way, though.
Maybe. The librarian, I thought, gave a very good performance. He really went for it.
Yes, librarian was good. I think the real standout one, though, is Carswell's for me.
Yeah, but...
he's amazing.
I mean, he doesn't look evil at all, does he, that man?
With the goatee beard. He looks like Scar from Lion King, with the goatee beard.
Yeah.
When he's dressed up as that clown.
Yeah, it's hard to take him seriously when he's dressed as a clown.
Oh, no, I think it's terrifying.
Do you?
I think it's absolutely terrifying, yeah. He's there with the kids. Obviously, he is the magician, you know?
Yeah.
He has this command of old language and all that stuff. Language actually is kind of a big theme, I suppose, in a way, of this film. But Yeah, but just that fact that he's dressed up as a clown is kind of that magician for the children, taking chocolate, finding chocolate in their ears and stuff. It's a very innocent trick.
Yeah, I don't think that's black magic.
Well, yeah.
I think that was just sleight of hand, possibly.
Yeah. But yeah, I find him terrifying.
There was a bit of brown face going on. Is that how you call it?
There was.
Yeah, the Indian guy sounded really Welsh. It was a really bad mistake there. I don't know why
Was
they
he
did
not
that.
just a Welsh Indian? He looked Indian to me.
No, he certainly wasn't. I checked his name, but it's not.
Was he Mr. Meek?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, he was Reginald Beckwith. Was the actor.
English as you can get.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that was a bit... When he walked in, it was like, what? Yeah, that was bad.
Tell you what I did really like about this film. It moved along at a real pace. It went all over the place, didn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
It kept, the one bit they're in the library, the next bit that house, and it just seemed to keep moving.
Oh, locations?
Yeah,
I don't mind that. I quite like that.
No, I liked it. I said that.
Oh, I thought you said you didn't like it.
What about the seance? When he goes to the seance thing. And they sing that song. Please, can you play that song? Cherry Pie.
Very well, Maggie.
Cherry ripe, cry, fruit there was. We'll all sing the spirits I get. Cherry ripe, cry, fruit there was. Cherry ripe, he's going off.
I'm going to name that tune, bitch.
Play Cherry Pie.
Okay.
Oh, listen to that. Cherry
But
Pie.
that goes to your point.
Cherry Ripe. Cherry Ripe.
That goes to your point that in most of these films, the seance is a sham, obviously, because they are. But as the audience, we know it's not. Even though it's really low rent, kind of low key. We know, this guy actually is connected to the afterlife because he is channeling the now dead Harrington.
Yeah, exactly. And 20 points for what he says.
Who says?
There's a famous song by a famous, awesome, gorgeous woman. And there's a little soundbite that he says. It's in the trees.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
It's Kate Bush, isn't it?
I don't know. I'm not putting that in.
What?
That song. I don't know what you're talking about.
It's Kate Bush song. It's in the trees. Is it called Hounds of... Oh, God's sake. Anyway, carry on talking.
I thought the effects with the footsteps and the succubus, that ball of energy looked really good.
I quite like the effects in this, actually.
Yeah.
And even, so the runes, once you've realised you have them, they kind of are possessed.
They want to burn themselves.
They want to burn themselves to destroy the evidence. But the bit when...
I'll tell you, just on that bit, that was frustrating. When it floated to the fire and got caught, and they were just looking at it.
Yeah,
It's
go
like,
and get
it.
Yeah,
he's just standing
on the
there.
fire guard. But equally, then when it goes disappearing off down the train,
Yes.
really simple. It's obviously on a fishing line.
Yeah,
and then when it
and
comes
you
off the
actually
train, you
clearly
can
see-
see it when it
Yeah.
comes off the train.
Yeah.
But I just thought, actually, I think that works brilliantly.
Yeah.
It was a great
really
ending.
nice.
A brilliant ending to the film.
Superb ending. It's Hounds of Love, Kate Bush.
Okay.
It's in the trees.
So, Hands of Love is based on this film.
What? It's just got a massive soundbite from this film.
So is that all she did, Kate Bush? Watch something and then write a song about it?
Yeah, I think that's what she did.
Oh, okay.
It was her approach to stuff.
Music. I thought it was quite overpowering at the start. Very melodramatic.
Yeah.
Found dead. Dun, dun, dun!
Great, that's all you need.
Right, and my question is about that bit at the start, which I still stand by is wrong. Okay, anyone got anything else about it they want to talk about?
You've got some beautiful shots of Clapham Junction in there.
But it was
Old
Clayham,
Clapham.
isn't it?
Oh, did they
renamed
slightly...
it. Yeah,
slightly-
Clayham.
Well, it's definitely Clapham Junction, because I recognise it.
Yeah.
The layout of it.
Aww.
The sort of bringing around, the hypnotising of Hobart.
Yes.
You know that bit. So we're now at the scientific sort of presentation, as it were.
Yeah.
The debunking. And it goes all a little bit Noel Edmonds, doesn't it?
Yeah,
Because
it is a bit,
he
yeah.
proper wigs out, jumps out the window.
Immediately.
Yeah.
Well, first off, when he wakes up, he dives into the crowd.
Yeah.
And then when he sees the runes, he loses it, and he dives out the window.
They should have planned it a bit better, I reckon. But What else I want to cover?
I think that's probably it.
Really?
I did quite like it.
Right, memorable scenes. Yeah, I put singing at the seance. In fact, the whole seance.
Yeah.
I love that whole thing.
Cherry
there's also
ripe,
the bit-
man. Cherry
And the
ripe.
finale. I thought the whole last bit was
And the
great.
bit where he breaks into Carswell's house in the middle of the night.
Yes.
And he creeps in, and as he comes down the stairs, this hand goes to the top of the banisters. You go,
Yeah, yeah,
"Ooh."
yeah.
And then when he gets to the bottom, but it
No
pans
one's
back
there,
and there's
yeah.
no one there. And then he gets to the bottom.
That's Carswell.
And he goes again. No, it looked like his mum.
No, it's Carswell.
But it was like, oh.
Because he's messing with his mind.
Yeah,
he can
but-
be invisible. Carswell's standing right there. He's
Yeah.
right there.
Yeah, but
you can't see him.
Yeah,
Because he's
it was-
under his hex.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
It is absolutely brilliant.
Does
You've
it stand up today? I've said no, but it's a lot of fun.
What?
Does it stand up today as a film?
It massively stands up to date as a film.
Do you think so? Wyndham?
I think it probably does.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, there we go.
It was released in the US, which is a slightly different cut of this film. It was called The Curse of the Demon, which is probably a little bit more literal to actually really what happens in the film rather than Night of the Demon. And it was double billed with The Revenge of Frankenstein. So there you go, a little bit of a thing.
Right, memorable line. Go on.
No, we were just talking about. You were talking about cat acting.
Yeah,
Nice bit of cat acting in this.
exactly.
Cat turning into a panther type thing.
Yeah, and he's,
then
he's,
back- yeah.
he's flapping it around. So
Yeah.
it's slightly akin to
Yeah.
Reanimator,
Yeah, it was-
but better
Yeah.
than Reanimator.
Right, memorable lines. Carlsberg, if you only knew. I do know. Snakes and ladders. On an English game, you wouldn't know it. And...
I always rather enjoyed going down the snakes.
Is that...
That's what it says. Yeah.
That's a better line.
I always had you as a competitive man, or no, did not like to lose. I don't.
Yeah.
That's it.
It was a lot of fun. I enjoyed it.
And just but the bit at the end when
he has to give him back.
Holden gets ruined, gets hexed in the library.
Yeah.
And then essentially the film is him going on a journey where he believes actually shit. He needs to sort this out.
This is real, yeah.
The premise being that you can pass the hex on, a little bit like in Thinner.
Yes.
You can pass the hex on, but the person receiving it can't know that's what's happening. So he then is in a position where he's going, I've got to get this back to Carswell.
Yeah.
How do I do it?
Exactly. And
then
Carswell's
he gets
totally
onto a
clued
train,
up. Yeah.
That was great.
And he's just trying to find these little ways. How do would you like a cigarette? Oh no, he's just backing off. I'm not going to take anything.
Yeah.
Until the end when they go, well, here's your bag.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Don't forget your coat. Oh yeah, sorry. Oh balls.
Dun, dun, blah.
10 o'clock.
It was great.
Great
All right,
film.
let's score it. Performances. Wyndham.
Performances 6.
9.
5. Effects, Laurie.
8.
6.
6.
A plot. 9.
6.
9.
Rewatch factor. Wyndham.
2.
9.
8. Direction. Wyndham.
6.
9.
7. Cinematography. Laurie.
8.
7.
5.
Sound of music. 6.
5.
7.
Originality. Wyndham.
6.
7.
9. Enjoyability. Laurie.
9.
9.
6.
And life-changing past or present. 2.
0.
Laurie.
7.
Alright, so I have a score of 68.
Okay. I have a score of 48.
I have a score of 82.
Punchy.
Yeah.
Gives it a score of 66.
66. Alright, so that on our this year's leaderboard just puts it just below Brain Dead, and just above the Fog, and on our major scoreboard, probably about the same. Yeah, just above the Fog. So there we go.
Yeah.
Not bad at all, really.
Night of the Demon, man.
Alright, so you ready for your final questions?
Oh.
Yes, please.
Oh, yeah.
Alright.
Do we want a bit of a score recap so we understand what
Yeah, if you
jeopardy there
like.
is?
So, Wyndham, you're on 3.
Oh, dear.
Laurie, you're on 4.
Yeah, of course.
All to play for.
Yeah.
All to play for. Alright, so let's see if I can find the next questions.
What socks am I wearing?
That's not. I've seen them already.
Yeah.
Your shining socks. Right, question 13. This is for you, Win.
Okay.
So give us a bit of a synopsis before we get into this film.
So actually, kind of what the film is. So
Sorry. All right, I've forgotten what the questions were. Right, so for the final 4 questions, I have taken a section from some of our previous shows.
Right, and
what I would like you to tell me is what the fuck Laurie's talking about. I completely forgot. All right, so Win, this one's for you.
So give us a bit of a synopsis before we get into this film.
So actually, kind of what the film is. So we've got. It's a satire of the man in the music business, really. So you've got this kind of guy called Swan, who kind of owns everything.
You already told me the film. Phantom of the Paradise.
Very good indeed. Well
and
done.
I re-listened to that episode quite recently.
Oh, did you?
It's a belter.
Is it?
Right. It's the next one. What's that one? No. Sorry, it's getting harder to find now. Whoa.
It's not stored in a linear way.
No,
Is it not?
Right, here we go. This one's for you, Laurie.
And wow, yeah, it scared the shit out of me. I was obsessed with it. That's when I completely fell in love with it. Obviously, there's just such an awesome amount of images in it that just completely.
Well, we'll get onto that in a bit.
Yeah.
Oh my god! Oh my god! I became obsessed with it. Terrified me. Is either Jaws or The Exorcist?
I don't know where my notes is, so I can't remember.
Oh no! You've always got it in for me, ain't you? Right.
I will stick in here what it was, but I can't remember what it is off the top of my head.
Yeah.
Damn it. All right, last questions, one each. Oh, hold on a minute. What was that? Question 14. Let me just...
13.
No, that was question... Was that... Hold on. No, you've done one each. So, I just didn't put the name. I put the name of all the others on the question. Right, so question 15. Right.
All right, fair enough. It starts off a bit slowly, but there's a good comedy in it. There's that obviously that budget element to it, which is you see the guy floating first of all.
Oh yes,
space. But the rest of the time you ever see that guy that is floating on this
Oh yeah, I know
platform, you only see him from the
And that is Battle Beyond the Stars.
Yeah.
It's Battle Beyond the Stars.
Yeah.
I'm afraid not. It's Critters.
Critters!
Oh,
I thought it was... Yeah, Critters. But I thought it was Battle Beyond the Stars as well.
Because
it looks so similar in your head. Yeah, it goes to Battle Beyond the Stars.
Okay, last one. And I can say at the moment, the scores are tied.
Do you have the answer
I
to
do.
this
I've
question?
got all the other answers. I just didn't put it in this one. Sorry. Right, so if you get this right, you win.
Okay.
Interesting. So, as far as I can tell, keep doing that. That will give me motivation. As far as I can tell, some lady is having a relationship with a guy, and he's a little bit under the cosh. She hasn't got any money. Oh no, next year, man, we're gonna make it big. But at the moment, I'm slightly fucked. So we're gonna have to wait before we be together.
Does it? This is all before
we have to wait a while before we can be together, kind of thing. And then she gets this bizarre opportunity when she's at work.
Psycho.
Yes! Oh! Well done.
Yeah.
Good shout.
Oh, very good indeed. Well done, Laurie. You with the quiz?
Yeah, I did.
But you're both incredibly bad at scoring. Very low scores. All right, so that brings us to the end of our Christmas special.
Oh. What film are you going to watch in particular this year? You made a promise to yourself.
I haven't really.
Okay. Anything?
No, I haven't.
You've already done Scrooge, haven't you?
Yeah, I
Which
did that
is
today.
An absolute belter.
I do like to watch the Muppet Christmas Carol, but I don't know if we'd bother this year.
No.
But maybe.
I always watch Women in Black, so that's standard. The Innocents, standard.
Every year?
Yeah, pretty much every year. Rear Window.
We just watched the Box of Delights, which we do every year. Watch last night. That's very good. Yeah. Right, who's
your...
Yes! Finally. Right, so, this is our January edition.
Yeah. Must be our third season, wouldn't it?
Third season, yeah, absolutely. Okay, and I have got number 34.
Number 34.
What does it mean?
Number 34 is zombies.
Yay!
Oh.
Lighthouse.
All right, so we're back. So next month, we are looking at zombies. So, Win, can you give us your first choice?
Yes, my first choice is Cillian Murphy.
Yeah.
In Danny Boyle's 28 Days Later.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Thank you very much, Laurie.
So we did. For
Return
God's
of the
sakes.
Living Dead Part 2.
Yeah, no, not the George A. Romero one.
Oh,
Dawn of the Dead, for goodness sake.
Yeah.
Dawn of the Dead. So this is the follow-on to that. So again, George A. Romero. So this is the Day of the Dead, 1985, Day of the Dead.
Day of the Dead.
My favourite out of the whole caboodle, by the way.
Okay.
Okay, and I have just tripped over a modern classic from Japan called One Cut of
You know
the
what
Dead.
happened last time you did this?
Yeah.
We never got to see it.
I ended up watching it. This is a 2019 film called One Cut of the Dead. And essentially, the film is about a low-budget zombie horror shoot which is invaded by a shambling horde of real zombies. But is that really what's going on?
Oh!
Okay.
My second choice will be Wreck, the Spanish version. The dead coming to life, zompirically. Or is that what's really going on?
Okay.
That's not my terminology.
But no, it fits quite well for Rick.
Okay, so good choices there. I have seen 28 Days Later. All right, I know what I'm going to choose. Wyndham, I'm going to go with One Cut of the Dead.
Yeah!
No!
Well, I'm intrigued by it, and I am going to go for Wreck because I like
Oh,
that film as well.
good man!
Yeah, it's a good film.
Yay.
So that'll kick us off for 2020.
And considering how hard it was to find Hiroko, the goblin,
yeah.
Do you want to pick a backup in case we can't find the Japanese one?
No, because no,
Dead's really good. It's really good. It's really good.
I think actually no. I think no.
No, let's just stick with what we get because I'll end up doing it as well. And you know what? I've had enough of Romero for a bit. We seemed like we had just done it recently.
One? About 9 months ago.
Was it really? Jesus.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's it. So have a Merry Christmas, everybody.
Merry Christmas, everybody.
Merry Christmas, people.
And hopefully we will catch up with you again in 2020.
I hope everybody gets a lovely lump of coal in their stocking.
Yes.
Don't be like that.
Oh, that's good luck.
news.
Don't be. Oh, is it good news?
It's how you heat your house.
I'm going to give Laurie. I'm going to give you some runes. You won't know about it.
Fuck's sake.
Ta-da!
See you later, bye.
Michael Rennie was ill the day the earth stood still, but he told us where we stand. And Flash Gordon was there in silver underwear. Claude Rains was the invisible man. Then something went wrong for Fay Ray and King Kong. They got caught in a celluloid jam. Then at a deadly pace, it came from outer space. And this is how the message ran. Science fiction. Double feature. Dr. X will build a creature. See androids fighting. O.G. Carroll was over a barrel when Tarantula took to the hills. And I really got hot when I saw Jeanette Scott fight a trivet that spits poison and kills. Dana Andrews said prunes gave him the rooms, and passing them used lots of skills. But when worlds collide, said George Powell to his bride, I'm gonna give you some terrible thrills, like science fiction double feature. Dr. X will build a creature. See androids fighting Brad and Janet, and Francis stars in Forbidden Planet. At the late night double feature picture show, I wanna go. To the late night double feature picture show by RKO. To the late night double feature picture show in the back row. To the late night double feature picture show.
Lighthouse